This is a bass tutorial for change. I see a lot of people online do it. They're pretty good in some ways, but there's something about that song that has to be just perfect. Like they thought of that, you know. Some people, like, they can make amazing stuff and then it's more like blast, or it's not as much of how you play it. But this particular song is not like that, in my opinion. Change by Blind Melon. Um, well, to start, it's a fretless bass, so it's gonna be a lot of like barely pulled notes like that, because he's in a sense estimating, but I think he thought of all that and they sound all good together. Every note he hits specifically. It's not wrong if you don't bend them, I guess, but it really helps a lot, the flavor. So the first part, be on the 7th fret and bend like boom, boom. And then the 3rd string, 5th fret. So D, 5th fret, and then what? And then 1st string, 5th fret. Just always that. And then one more time. Look at him, the way he is. And this is, and that's okay, G. And then 10th fret. He's just afraid of change. And then it's 5, 7, 7. Bend slightly on the 4th. Then 6, 7. And then 12th fret. And then it does a lot of like weird, it's like on the 15, and then the rest is on the 16, but it's like slight bends. Yeah. And then a slight bend right there, so slight bend on the 15, 14, 12, 14, and slight bend on the 9. Like that. And then 5, 7, 12. So, and then in the later on in the song it does this, but in the beginning you act like you're playing those notes, but just tempo wise, but and then play those last notes. And you don't have to hit it, I just do that just to emphasize. And then 5, 12, 12. So 5, and then bent 9 a little bit, slide into the 12. So could slide fast, so it's not noticeable the notes in between. And then this part is on the 16, like from now on almost. Slight bend and very short. Like that. And then 5, 7 to the 12. And then this is weird, like bend on the 13 slightly. Then 12, 10, 9. Bend on the 9 a little bit. Kind of slide off. And then real fast, as you slide off, come right back. 14. 14 again, then 12. So we got like that. 12, 7, 12, 7 open. So and then when you go to the 7 on this one, go to the 3rd right there. And then 5s on the next strings down. Climb up and down. And then when you hit that note, then 5. 12, 10. And that happens a lot in the song. Let me get my notes real quick, because it's hard explaining and do that at the time. Like that. and then it goes like how you have the 5 7 to 12. It's not that, we did it earlier before, but 5 bend 9 to the slide almost like that. Oh no, open on the 12 instead, like that, like that. So 10 to 12, pop real quick, hesitation, then so and that part, 12, 10, 9, 14 3 times, 12, and then it resets you back for that part. But instead it goes and right here twice, 7, and open to the 3, and then as soon as you do the high note, a little hesitation, like instead of going dun, 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 boom, like in between, like that, a little bit less spacing, and climb back up like that. Now then 2, 3, 4 on the A string, and then back to this. 5, 12, 10 on the A string, and this has variations like so. This first one, it goes like same 16 bend, and then 15, 12. Those are all the same notes in common. Then it starts differing right there. And this first part, it goes so that, and then open and back to 12. Like that, and then back to the 5, 7, 12, like that, and then it goes 14, 12, 14, 12, 9 bends, and this is the only time the 14, it has a slight bend in it, so it could be like bend, like that, bend, back to 12, and bend on the 9. Like that, and open the 2 on A string, and the 2 is also slightly bend. It could be 3 technically, but it's a little bit lower. Maybe one time it uses the 3, and then every time it wants to do it again, it bends in 2. But mainly, I just do the 2. And then the next time around this, that's the same. And then it's a 7 and open, and then almost like you're hitting it twice for tempo wise, but not the first time, like that, and then ding ding ding, almost like that, but the second one again is missing, ding, almost like that, like that. And that third one, ding, ding, ding. So like that, and it repeats that part, and then instead of 7, the same part right there, and then it's like onto the 10, like that, and then it has one, it holds and then plays it again, the same note. Now instead of going to the 10, it's going to be the 9, 14, 12 thing with the bends. And in my notes, it could slightly bend the 14, but it doesn't this time. Like I said, it's only that one time. So that. Alright. Goes back around the bend slightly. 5. So it's different variations. That's what makes it complicated. Like you keep mixing which one up. And then this one, it does it at the 9 instead, so you could set up at the 10. See right there, and then 9 this time. Bent 9, 12, and then 10 to 12. Twice. Then this one has like a din, 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 like that, like a hesitation, not any pattern. I mean, it has a pattern, but it seems more like bolt, like a B line almost. So bent 4, 7, 12, din, like that, like it's way slower. 10, 5, and then 5 on the low string. And that's the very first part before the solo. So, words on the face of today. And then before they paint it, or before they paint me. And then this part, just to let you know, when it goes like this, all these, they vary. It could go like double, or sometimes 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and sometimes that's the very last time, but we'll get through it. For the paint, 12, 10, slide to 12. Well, that's 12 twice. Then 10, slide to 12, and then pluck it again. Pluck it 3 times if you want, but let the slide ring it out. And then plug it a second time. 1, 2, 3. And then the slight bend on the 4. 12. And then this is the only time. I mean, I did it one time when it went into the lyrics. It's all boom, ba da boom, boom, ba boom. When you feel life ain't worth living. On that part, it did this, but it's like, I don't know. It's just to help the song along. Yes, it goes. And then instead of the 5, 7, 12, it's 5, 7, 10. So let's go. Like that. You could technically do an open, but I don't hear an open on there. But just mute it. So. Almost like that, but you know, I'm just emphasizing there's no mute like that. And if you let go just to switch the notes, the vibration of the A note ringing out, that's okay. I always want to go to the 12, but this one time it goes to the 10. And then, like I was saying earlier, that part, when the mute those out, now you don't mute it out this time. Those 2 notes right there, you actually play them that time. And then it doubles up right here. That's a unique part. And then this part's interesting. This is my favorite part. Slight bend on the 16 like always. 15 to 12. And the 16 like always is settle, or fast pick. Not like letting it ring out. Like that. And then to 10 to 12. As soon as you hit this 12, it's the start of a fast pattern. That. So, double 12s. 10 on the string above it. Double 12s. Second 12 leads. It's not like 2 12s and then a third 12. Like, no, it's 1, 2. The second one is the climb down. So 10, 9. And you could slightly bend it like usually to 14. Slight pause, and then dun, 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 dun. 10, 12, 10, 9, slightly bent. Back to 12, and then open to, it's open to 4, 5, and the 2 slightly bent. So. I lied about the 4. It's not that. It stops bum bum bum, not bum 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 bum, not that. So. Oh, you know what? Not even hesitation. It goes right to it. Constant flow. This one doubles up on the 12, like regular, and then like that, doubles up right there. So it plays it 3 times, but count that first one as the normal standard. Like I count that normal, so then double to 10. And then this is interesting. So the same 16 bend, 15, 12, and then instead of having your finger like this, you're gonna have it with the middle finger like, and then you're gonna do a pull off. So when you're doing these bends, instead of doing it with your middle finger, I like to do it with my ring. So I could, if I ever wanted to, I could still use always end with my index. But for this particular part, you want to do a full pull off. And as soon as you pull off, double up. Like that. So. Alright. See the pull off? And then the 4, 5, or 4, 6, 7, with the 4 being bent. Hesitation. 12, open, 2 slightly bent, 5. Let's put that all together. And then back to this part. And then that is the same. And this part's interesting. It goes, instead of going dun, 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 it goes dun, 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 dun. So the bend on the 16. And you don't want to bend back down, you just want pop and let go. For all of them, but this one is 10 from 15, and a slight hesitation right there, and then you're gonna go from 5, slide up to 12 real fast, and then 12 to 14. So, right. Like that. And this next part is almost like, kind of like that. 10, 14, 12, 9. But the 10, it's almost not played. Like, it's almost like you glimpse over it. So, it's almost like just 3 notes almost. Like, but you slide out from the 10 to 14. So, 10 to 14, slide real fast. 12, bend on the 9, and then open, bend on the 2, 4, 5. So like that. And then this part, like I said at the very end, double on that. And then this is the same, like this first beginning, like always. So bend on the 16, 15, 12, 2 opens. Some openness, like not like so, and space, hesitation, if you will. 9 bend to 12, like that, and then double 12. And then, where is it? And then the same bend to the 4, 6, 7. And then hesitation, barely, 12, open, open. And then 5, 5, 5, climbing down the strings. Or it could start right here. And 10, 5, same string. And then 5 on the low. Come back around. You could do the same thing, use that note instead. Back to the A. Oh, instead of going to that, the second time it goes like that. Boom, boom. So same as dun, dun. Instead of ending on that, you're ending on that basically, but adding that. Boom, boom, boom. And then come back to that, let that space out. And then wait, and then right back to the beginning where you do the little like bends in the 7s, 10, and then I always play right here, but you can also do it 5th fret right there, and then back to 5, bend on the 7. This is the first one, like that, 10, 10 on the next string, up, low string 5, and then instead of the bend, like think of the bend like boom, boom, and I'll tell you what the notes place right here. Boom, bum, bum, like that. Boom, bum, bum, and a bend 8. That's what it is. And there's no like boom. That's not in there. Like I just think about it. Yeah. So is this? Whoa, as I fade away. Right. And then. They'll all look at me and say. So it's the same thing, just that new note right there. And it's like way close to the next note. And then one more bend. So back to the original. And then life is hard. G. And then A, 5th fret. You have to change. And then 5th fret. The E string. Back to G. Long note. When life is hard, you have to change. Long note. And then nothing. And the guitar takes you away and stuff, and it's all hoo hoo hoo. Mm-hmm. But basically, that's the whole thing. I guess I could play one whole one. So I won't play this once. That's okay. Just a bridge. Not double, more basic. Yeah. And then solo right here. Going a little slower. See, it's kind of hard because I was teaching it too. Yeah, right here. And then the pluck off. There it is. Once more right there, and then that's it. Oh. There you go. Head up there this time. And then back to the bends. Life's hard. Have to change. When life is hard, you have to change. And then that's it. And then he hums it out. I hope that helped.